Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Best Mods of the Week. I had recorded an intro and was basically recording this on Friday evening, saying that the mods that were added this week were a little bit lackluster, a little bit low on the ground. And as I was doing that, Giants decided to just dump a whole shed ton of mods on Friday. So if I've missed any, I do apologise. There were a lot thrown in. I've tried to add as many of the good ones as I can, whilst also trying to keep this video down to a decent length. Let me know of any mods that you really wish you'd seen this week, and let's dive straight into it and see what gems we've got in the rough for mods. The first in this week's batch is the Logistics Center. It doesn't necessarily add a huge amount to the game other than a really nice realistic feel. You can send all of your products here and then get some trucks with some trailers to load them up and take them to where you want to sell them. It's a really nice touch and a really useful mod if you don't want to have to be collecting from many different areas. It's basically just a pallet storage, but with a bit of extra flair. This large logistics center comes with a storage capacity of 4 million litres, a price of 150,000, and an upkeep of just £10 per day. It allows you to really immerse yourself into a feel, but it does look like you're going to need a fairly large area to put it down in to really get the most out of this mod. Once you have purchased your logistics center, you will see that it comes up here with pretty much every production item going that you can then send to distribute to go here. It does come up in the production chain. What is nice is that it's not a 4 million capacity total. It seems like you can hold 4 million of each item. That's a lot. That is a huge amount of storage for you to be able to use. And as you can see, it literally carries everything. When you are looking around it, you've got your loading zone here. You've got your area here, which is where all of the items spawn. And then you can park your trucks up, reverse them up in, and open up the curtain sider or the trailer or whatever it is that you're using and load them up from here. This is a really pretty building that looks absolutely fantastic. And again, just allows you to really immerse yourself into the whole production line of farming. I really like it. It adds a really nice feel to the game, especially with all the extra bits that are around the back and things like that. I think this is a fantastic little mod that you can really utilize in your game saves, especially for a simulation or a role play type game. Next up, we've got the pigshed mod. Now, this comes with two pig sheds, one that is 40 meters long and one that is 60 meters long. The mod offers you a bit of customization, and the fact that you can add solar panels to it, which is always good, gives you a bit of income. And at base price, it is actually a little bit cheaper and works out better value if you get these over the base game ones. It is important to note, however, that you can't add a pasture with this shed. It is just a shed that holds that amount of pigs for that amount each time. So the small one costs you 93,000, costs you £85 per month, and has a capacity of 170. The 60 meters long one costs you 135,000 and 125 upkeep per day, and has a capacity of 250. And here we are. These are the two pig sheds that you can buy, one small, one long. You have your input points and your slurry collection here. You can open the doors and go inside and see all your pigs collected in the shed itself. Like I said, this doesn't come with a pasture availability. It is just a shed to store everything in. Keeps it nice and compact, although these sheds are actually quite large. Value-wise, it is, if you're not going to use a custom pasture, much better value to buy these. You get more pigs for your money, but the allowance of being able to add a pasture to the base game is still a pretty compelling argument. I really like these mods though, and more animal pens and animal mods that the game provides us and modders give us just allows you to really customize your farm in the style and amount that you want. It requires much less work, it requires much less money, and it requires much less space to set these pig sheds up. I really like this mod. I think this is really cool, and I love the attention to detail with the fact that you can have solar panels on it as well to make you a little bit of passive income as you go. Next up is another edition of plough. This time it is the John Deere 915V Ripper. This offers you an alternative to the less realistic Lizard MT. However, it does come with drawbacks as a result. It requires 550 horsepower and only has an 8-meter working width, but it does have a working speed of 15 kilometers per hour. It's also incredibly cheap at only £59,081. It's nice to have a flat till plough, and I think one of the features of this that I'm really going to enjoy is the fact that it doesn't leave tyre tracks behind the plough, unlike the Lizard MT, which is still to be fixed. It's got that John Deere branding and is just more quality John Deere mods being added to the farm. If you don't want to mess around with angled ploughs, this is probably going to be a really nice addition if you want to use big machinery and have an excuse for that. Unsurprisingly with this, there is literally no customization available. It is as it comes, weighing in at 6.1 tons, requiring 550 horsepower, 8 meters in width, and a top pulling speed of 15 kilometers per hour. It is still a very pretty piece of kit. All the John Deere branding is in the right place, and it will allow you to till your fields in a really nice straight line, saving you much time. Next up, we have the vertical axis wind turbines. This is a collection of wind turbines that are based on real life projects that are active in the world right now. You've got small and large ones. The small ones are more to offset your production costs, and the big ones are for a more reliable monthly income. I really like the style of these. I think they look really cool, and you can put them pretty much anywhere on your farm to get the most out of them. You've got the 1 kilowatt, which is 6,000, income per hour of 35 per day, and maintenance of just 2 per day. You've got the 5 kilowatt, which is 15,000, makes you around 175 per hour, and costs you £4 per day to run. You've got the 8 kilowatt, which is 24,000, and will make you 280 per hour, and cost you £10 per day to run. You've got the 20 kilowatt, which will cost you 200,000 to put down, make you 700 per hour, and will cost you 1,000 per day. Lastly, you've got the 55 kilowatt, which will cost you 550,000, will make you 1,925 per hour, but will cost you 2,500 per day. These are really awesome, really cool, and I love the fact that they're in the game. I think they're going to be a really nice addition from your bog standard just wind turbines that you get in the game from base. And here we are with them in the game. They look absolutely incredible. The fact that they all move independently and not at the same speed is kind of incredible. The way that they've all tied down and things like that, it just really suits everything. I can see you put in some of these wind turbines in different areas to really help with the aesthetic of the farm, as well as also producing you some income. It is important to note that if you do not put them in a flat area and you just press B, you will end up with things like this, which isn't ideal, but there's not a huge amount you can do about that unless you put it on flat land to begin with. This is of course just for testing purposes and show you guys what they all look like and how they behave. I really like this Axis mod pack. I think it looks absolutely sublime. And again, it's all extra income for your farm, which is going to make you just be able to do more for less in other production areas. The first of 2 trucks today, the MAN TGS 18.500 4x4. This truck was in 22 and I miss it greatly. There was a lot of different variants for MAN, and it seems like Giants have very much gone towards Volvo again this time, but this is a great little truck with some really handy features. It will cost you 130,000 at base, have 500 horsepower, a max speed of 90 kilometers per hour, and you've got different color configurations with it as well. You can use it for pretty much all of your heavy hauling goods, and it really looks the part on the farm with the different body and bumper bits that it's got on it to really give it that rugged 4x4 look. And here she is. Now, you don't get as many customization options as you did in 22 with a lot of the MAN trucks, but it is early days, and this is the first one that I've seen come out so far. What you can do is you can change your wheel setup, different tires and things, and you can change your color. Now, if you've got the unlimited color configuration on, you can change the color to pretty much anything you desire, and the rims. It's a really good starting point. It looks absolutely incredible, even in this horrible greeny yellow color, and you can see all of the detail that's been added. With 500 horsepower and a top speed of 90 kilometers per hour, there's not really going to be much that you're going to struggle to pull with this rather rugged looking truck. A must have on the farm, if I do say so myself. This is a mod that I know a few people have been wanting and waiting for. It really does help with the nostalgic and old school feel of farms like Paligny and others like it. It is the New Holland TX32. This beautiful old school harvester from the late 80s, early 90s. I think it might be a bit earlier. Please do feel free to double check me on that. Is just stunning. It's not going to be useful on bigger or 4x farms, in my opinion, but for a smaller, much more old school feel map, this is going to feel right at home. The 32 is going to cost you 55,000, only has 155 horsepower and a top speed of 25 kilometers per hour. The header comes for 20,000 and only has a working width of 4 meters. The header trailer only costs you 1,500. So for all of this entire kit, it's going to cost you less than £100,000. That is a cracking deal for a beautiful piece of history. As is often the case with these modded pieces of equipment and vehicles, you get a lot of customization for your money. You can change to have a warning triangle, you can have additional mirrors, yay or nay. You can have beacon lights from both to just the front or the back, or none at all. You can have reflectors, yes or no. You can have warning signs, yes or no. You can have main stickers, new or worn out. I really like that effect. You can have the grain tank high, although it doesn't actually change the amount of capacity you get there. So it really does depend on which one you really like. You can have a side color and you can change the color of it. You can have a rag, short or long. You can have the main color you can actually change. Again, if you've got the unlimited color configuration, you can change it to whatever color you like. You can change the windows color as well, so you can have them tinted to your desire. You can have the black paint condition. You can change that as well. And you can change the rim color to anything you so desire as well. So a decent amount of customization here. It is a shame that you can't increase or decrease the amount of capacity with the cover. But other than that, I think this is a really cracking buy. And all of those extras really aren't going to cost you a lot anyway. Meaning that the total cost for this harvester is still only going to be around £55,000. Absolute cracking buy, and you should definitely get it on the farm. Although probably not in this color scheme. The customization doesn't just stop with the main harvester itself. You can also customize the little header just a wee bit. You can have crop pickers on, yay or nay, and you can change the main stickers from new to worn out. And then again, you can change the color scheme of your header to how you so desire. And again, all of these extras are only going to cost you an extra £400 on top. So why not indulge yourself just a wee bit? Lastly, with the trailer for this mod, again, you still get a ton of customization. You can have warning triangles, you can have reflectors, you can change the main color, black paint condition, and the rim color on this, and there are no stickers to worry about either. I think this is really cool. I love the fact that you can basically go through and match everything up if you want, make it whatever color you like, and really customize it to your heart's desire for very little extra cost. All in all then, this is a fantastic mod for an old school farm vibe. And again, you can customize it to really fit the aesthetic on your farm to your heart's desire. Our penultimate mod today is the solar farm. This is fantastic. If you want a really quick, really high earning amount of money for granted a fair amount of cost, you can add a full on solar farm to your farm in one big foul swoop. It places a lot of 72 solar panels to generate income for you, but it is going to cost £1.295 million, and it's going to make you 3,600 per hour. Not quite as obscene as a government subsidy mod, takes up a lot more area, and looks far more realistic. I really like the idea of this. It's going to be able to allow you to offset all of your production costs without having to worry about where to put it, how to put it, whether you can get them all lined up, which is something that I like to spend a lot of time doing. I can just put down this entire solar farm in one go and not have to worry about it. Okay, so we've put it down on the field. There are two things that I've noticed. First off, you're going to need a very, very large piece of land. I had to buy two fields next to each other in order to get it to place because it kept saying that the land was not owned by me. Secondly, unfortunately, unlike in 22, where the solar panels would move and follow the sun, these ones don't appear to. They appear to be static. However, for earning me as much money as what they're going to each hour, I'm really not going to complain, and they are a very, very impressive structure indeed. Again, you do need a rather large piece of land to do this, so you're not going to be able to put too many down in one go. But honestly, for 1.2 million, it's pretty damn impressive. There is a lot of detail in the solar panels themselves, and they do look very, very realistic. It's up to you whether you want to make that much money that quickly, that easily, or whether you want to go for the smaller ones just to offset your production costs. Either way, this is a fantastic little mod and is a very ingenious way of implementing the generators to offset the ease at which you can earn money passively. Namely, in just the sheer size of area that it's going to take up, as well as the sheer amount of cost it's going to do so. Lastly, today we have the Volvo FH16 tanker. This is a really nice mod, and I love the fact that we're starting to get tanker mods through, because honestly, the tankers that they've got in the game at base are not ideal. This is a tandem trailer, which means that it's going to be a lot easier to move around, and it can carry milk, buffalo milk, water, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. Unfortunately, it seems to have missed off the goat's milk, but that's because in base game the goat's milk comes in pallets and not in a tanker. I'm hoping that that will change later on and we get some mods that allow us to collect it the same as everything else. It's going to cost you 212,000. It's got a capacity of 22,000 litres, has 600 horsepower and a max speed of 90 kilometers per hour. You've got lots of different color configuration setups, including colours, design, grill tank and rims. And I'm really, really excited to get this on the farm to see what it can do. They really weren't kidding when they said that they have a ton of customization available. You have the different roof types from Sleeper to XL. You got different engine setups taking you all the way up to 780 horsepower. You can have a front guard if you like, and there's plenty of different design types to choose from, which is kind of cool. You got safety frame if you want that on or not, which again comes with different lights on the roof rack, which is kind of awesome. You got mud flaps. You can have Volvo branded ones if you so desire, or just no mud flaps at all. You can have different types of mirrors, which is really kind of epic. You can have front mounting if you so desire. You can have tank decal if you want, which I think is really awesome. I love the fact that you can have big moves. And then you got all your different design colors and different segments that you can change them to, which is really very awesome. Again, if you've got the ultimate color changer mod, you will be able to change it to pretty much any type you want, any type of gloss, matte, metallic, etc. You can do pretty much anything you want and make this truck your own. The good thing as well is a lot of these extra editions don't actually add that much cost to the price outside of the engine setup, taking it to around just under 300,000. This is a great little mod, and for the fact that you get 22,000 litres for most of the base game setup, I think is more than enough. It's going to be a lot easier to drive around, it's going to be a lot easier to handle, and it's going to give you enough capacity for everything that you could ever need. Really, really happy with this mod. I think this is one of the best additions so far this week. And there you have it, guys. That was this week's mod roundup. Really, really awesome mods this week. Really happy to see that Giants are upping the amount of mods that they're actually adding to the game per week. Although it'd be nice if they spread it out a bit more throughout the week instead of just dumping them all on a Friday. I'm really excited to see what the modding community are going to come up with next. And I can't wait for that absolute backlog to start being shrunk down a little bit so that the mods release is a bit more stable and a bit more consistent. I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.